Rivian just dropped some major headlines. Amazon's electric vans are finally crossing borders, Gen 2 trucks just got smarter with self-calibrating cameras, and that $6.6 billion government loan is back in the spotlight. Plus, RJ just gave us a quick update on R2 validation testing. Now let's dive in. This video is sponsored by Audible. For a limited time, you can get 3 months for just 99 cents a month, which is perfect for those long drives coming up around the holidays. It allows you to queue up those audiobooks and podcasts right through the native Audible app built into Rivian's infotainment system, which makes it super convenient. If you do want to grab this deal, I've linked it down below. Definitely worth checking it out. Let's start with a big milestone for Rivian and Amazon. According to Chris Hilbert, Rivian's electric delivery vans have officially crossed into Vancouver, Canada, marking the first time the fleet has expanded beyond the US. The initial rollout includes about 50 vans, but this isn't Rivian's first footprint in Canada. They've been delivering R1 vehicles there since 2020. This expansion fits right into Amazon's larger goal of deploying 100,000 electric vans globally by 2030, and it's a strong step forward for Rivian as they scale commercial operations and gather real-world fleet data. It's exciting to see their partnership expanding internationally, and honestly, it makes me wonder how soon we'll be celebrating R2 deliveries in Europe. Shifting gears to software, Rivian continues to quietly evolve its autonomy platform with every over-the-air update, and the latest enhancement is a big one for Gen 2 vehicles. They can now self-calibrate their cameras while you drive, cutting down on service visits and improving the driver assistance performance. Here's what's happening under the hood. Rivian's new online calibration process runs constantly in the background using 2 modes: static calibration when you've stopped, and dynamic calibration while driving between 5 to 70 miles per hour. These algorithms continuously fine-tune the camera alignment, automatically adjusting for vibration, temperature, and small shifts over time. In simple terms, your Rivian is now always learning, continuously adapting to keep features like highway assist operating at peak precision. New vehicles will complete their initial calibration after about 15 to 60 minutes of mixed driving, and you'll see a notification once it's done. This kind of self-correcting system really shows why software-defined vehicles are the future, using continuous updates to make ownership smarter and more seamless over time. And I think that this will go a long way towards improving the consistency and the stability of Rivian's driver assist features, especially as the company moves closer to fully autonomous driving. Speaking of long-term moves, let's talk financing. Per Bloomberg, Rivian confirmed this week that it plans to tap into the $6.6 billion US government loan after construction begins on the new Georgia factory and before production officially starts in 2028. Claire McDonough, Rivian's CFO, shared that construction should kick off next year and Rivian will begin drawing on the loan as progress is made, meaning they don't have to complete the factory before accessing those funds. The plant will eventually build Rivian's next generation R2 and R3 vehicles, while the R2 gets its early start at the Illinois factory in 2026. The loan, finalized earlier this year, has drawn some political attention, but Rivian says everything remains on track. Claire also reaffirmed that the company aims to reach profitability by 2028 once the Illinois plant ramps to roughly 200,000 vehicles per year. Officially, this shows Rivian still focused on long-term growth, using strategic financing to scale production while keeping profitability in sight. And that brings us perfectly to RJ's last update on R2, a small but meaningful sign of just how close Rivian is getting to the next chapter. RJ shared a post saying, "R2 stretching its legs," alongside images of the R2 tackling some off-road terrain, even balancing on 2 wheels at one point, showing off the suspension and how capable this thing already looks even without all-terrain tires on. It's really awesome to finally see more real-world testing in action, and even though the R2 won't be quite as capable as R1, it's pretty clear it's still going to outperform most of its competitors when it comes to going off-road and making those adventure memories Rivian is known for. But if you just can't wait for R2, there's some good news. Rivian just refreshed their November offers, and one of the best deals right now is a lease on a dual motor standard R1T or R1S starting at $699 a month. You can check out the current offers at rivian.com/offers. And don't forget, if you do use my referral code when you order, you'll get an extra $500 credit for the Rivian Gear Shop to stock up on accessories or apparel. But that's going to wrap up this week's Rivian News Update. If you enjoyed this breakdown, do me a quick favor, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and drop a comment letting me know which story this week stood out the most to you. Thank you so much for watching, thank you for supporting the channel, and remember, adventure is always out there.